Yo, what's up, people of YouTube? Uh, I just decided to hit the freaking sound recorder on my computer real quick because about fucking 5 minutes ago, 10 maybe, I'm playing Pokemon Y, right? And it is weird because I'm playing Pokemon Y, and I'm in Lumio City, and I'm like, okay, exploring and stuff. And I thought I'd explored that city down to the fucking to the last pixel. You know what I mean? I thought I did that. No, turns out I missed a building, for that matter. So I go into this building that apparently didn't have a name, as you know, like every other building has some kind of name or some shit. And I'll walk in, I start talking to people, yada, yada, yada. And this is building where, like this kid is like, yo, my Pokemon's attack, is 100. He's like, you got one that's stronger? At the current time, I do not. I think the closest thing to it is like my Snorlax with 93. But anyway, I hope y'all can hear me. But anyway, so I go up to the second floor. I go up to the second floor of this building, this unnamed ass building that had people on it. And so I'm like, okay, I wonder what's on the second floor. Maybe I'll get something. Because I was like, I thought I had been in that building before. I go into the second floor, hop off the elevator. Now, keep in mind, my volume is down. I'm like watching a YouTube video while I'm doing it. And all of a sudden, when I begin moving the fucking D-pad, my character doesn't move. And I'm like, did my game just crash? And so I'm like, fuck, so I gotta reset it. And at the time I was mad because I don't think I had saved for a good minute. And and then all of a sudden the screen like faded out to black and faded back on. And it did it the first time. And then the second time, this bitch appears up behind me and I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And I'm like, it didn't like scare me, but it's like, what the hell is this? And it's like right when I hop off the elevator, I take one step out of the elevator, or in front of the elevator, and she's like right behind me. Then she does like this weird forward Michael Jackson sliding walk. Like her feet aren't moving, but she's in like a walking animation. And then like she gets like to the very like edge of the screen to where you can't see like her lower half, and she's like, "No, you are not the one." And then she just disappears. And I'm like, okay. And then, what I love about it is, like I said, my music was, the audio was down on the DS. And I turned it up because I thought there was going to be some weird ass music playing. Nothing was playing. And so I was like, was there a sound before? Like when I hopped off the elevator? So I looked it up on YouTube. And nah. It's just quiet. And so I'm like, okay. I don't know why I felt like making a fucking just a little something on it, but it threw me off because I'm like, la la la, I'm in Lumio City, la la la, then boom, ghost bitch. It's like, what the fuck? And so I went on Google looking it up, and I'm like, okay, I know I can't be the only one who saw this because duh, And so I was like, okay, so what the hell was the point of that? Because now it's piqued my curiosity. I'm like, what the hell's going on, Game Freak? Is this an event? Is it, is it just something to fuck with us? Is it something that's going to happen in the next Pokemon game, like Pokemon Z or whatever? Next time on Pokemon Z. Anyway, those jokes are coming. If not, they've already been made. But, So I look it up on Google, and it's like, okay, other people have seen it, obviously, and it surprises me because this is like my fourth playthrough of Y, and so it's like, how did I not, run across this? But anyway, I'm looking at people have fucking run across it, and then they start talking about other little weird things that go on. Like for instance, if you go to the Lumio Lumio station that has like the fucking not MARTA, the fucking magnet train. If you go there, there's actually a if you go behind like the second board, where it's like, oh, this is just a blah 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 board. If you go behind it, you actually get to read something where it says, I'm going to go get help. Meet me in the usual spot. I'm like, what? So and then apparently if you go outside and talk to somebody outside of the station, this person's like, those poor Skiddo's a Pokemon. It's like these little goat Pokemon. It's like those poor Skiddo. They were abandoned years ago, and they just sit outside the station. I'm like, okay, this is getting weirder. And then, so while that was messing with me, I was actually doing. This is just all coincidental too. I was actually doing some of the. I was exploring the hotel. I can't pronounce it, but it's like Hotel Richimise or something like that. And I was exploring it because I didn't remember what was in there. And so next thing I know, I hop off the elevator and I go into like the bottom right room, like the north or the southeastern room, and there's that same hex man. I don't know if it's the same one, but it's the same. They're dressed up like hex maniacs, which are, you know, like these random ass crazy bitches. especially in X and Y, because they have like these weird fucking portals in their eyes, and they have like they usually have ghost or dark types, maybe psychic, but it's like the same looking bitch, and I'm like, okay, how does nobody else see her? But anyway, so I hopped on that ass. I beat that ghost pussy up. So I go over and talk to her, and she's like, ellipses. Fucking, what did she say? She's like, don't talk to me, ellipses. If you do, I can't hear the elevator. And I'm like, what? And so I don't know why. I don't know why I made this, but it just kind of fucked with me, because I'm like, what is going on now? Because, you know, it's like, this is ultimate creepypasta shit you can make already. Like, oh, like somebody else even pointed out, like, in the Lumio station, there's this little boy who's like, am I supposed to be, the spot was around here, right? And I'm like, oh, don't you start with this shit. So it's weird, it throws me out, because it's like, in X and Y, there was nothing really creepy that I thought, you know? I mean, there was that one route, you know, but it wasn't really creepy, other than you might have found some broken headstones. But, yeah, there was that. But, I mean, I don't know why I'm surprised, and it threw me off so much. You know, I don't know why. Or maybe it's because it was, like, in this fucking weird office building that this random ghost bitch just hopped up and was like, hey, oh, you're not the one. Alright, see ya. Like, what the fuck? And then you find her later in a hotel, and she's like, shut up, bitch, I'm listening for the elevator. So, I don't know. Weird ass theories could go flying out of my ass, but I'm not even gonna bother. But yeah, I shouldn't be surprised, because, you know, they do this shit in like every Pokemon game. Generation 1, they had Lavender Town with the, you know, the ghosts. If you go into Pokemon Tower, you know, the fucking ghosts are like, get the hell out, and your Pokemon shit themselves, and you have to go get the slip scope so you can see them for some weird reason. And then the whole death of Marowak and thing like that. And did Generation 2 have anything like that? I don't think Generation 2 had anything creepy like that. Nah. I don't think they did. Huh. I might have to research that. But anyway. And then, you know, Generation 3 had Mount Pyre, and yeah. And Generation 4 had, the old chateau, which was actually pretty entertaining, because if you went in, because I remember the first time I went in the old chateau, it was nighttime, and Gardenia was standing outside, and I was like, bitch, what the hell are you doing out here? You know, because as soon as you beat Gardenia, you get the ability cut, and the old chateau is, you know, surrounded in cut bushes. So, you know, you go in there, and it was nighttime, and I was like, okay, why'd I have a feeling this was a bad idea? And, you know, you go in there, you see the little ghost girl, you see the old man, and all this shit, and I'm like, okay. I'm gonna leave now. And then you get the the picture on the wall that has his eyes glowing red, but then when you walk up to it, the eyes, fucking turn black. It's like, alright. And then you have the TV that's on, and it's like, the TV looks like it's staring at you. It's like, okay, we're leaving now for real. Yeah, maybe that's just a black thing, but it's like, get your ass the fuck out of there. Of course, it's Pokemon, so I got all these badass Pokemon with me. I got my Monferno ready to burn up any ghost. But anyway, and then Generation 5, they had the weird house, or Black and White 2, they had the weird house with the girl who apparently died waiting for Cresselia. Was it Cresselia? Yeah, I think it was Cresselia. Anyway, I don't know why I made this, but this is that, and I haven't made a video in a good minute, like about 2 weeks now. So yeah, the whole Spyro thing's probably gonna have to wait, cause it's gonna have to wait a little bit until I'm able to, because I'm trying to take some summer classes, so I gotta wait until my schedule's all lined up there as well. So is that all I gotta say? That's about all I gotta say. Oh, also, one thing about X and Y. I don't know obviously it's going to be in X as well, but the thing that I really hated that I ran across today is that fucking deserty area where you find like Gibbles and Trapinches and Dick Trios, Doug Trios. I hate that fucking desert for one reason. Because of the random encounter rate. It's not even so much that it's really high. No, you can walk on this fucking floor just fine. It's just that these random dirt piles start moving around. And sometimes they're like deliberately chasing you. And it's like, come on, man, I don't feel like running into no Pokemon right now. And once they run into you, fun. And especially if you get a Trapinch, that's like twice as annoying. Oh, and the best part is, a lot of times I find myself forgetting to switch Snorlax to like, the second slot or something for a faster Pokemon. Because, Pokemon are retarded that way, where it's like, oh, this big gigantic Pokemon who's like 10 levels ahead of me, I'm gonna fuck with it because it just happens to be slower. Yeah, you go ahead and do that and get body slammed, which is pretty much what happened. Oh, by the way, one other thing. I caught a Hawlucha, a Pokemon I had been meaning to catch because that shit just looks awesome. I caught a Hawlucha. Yo, that shit is so godlike, man. But enough. So yeah, Spyro's coming out whenever I can get it out. Hopefully, there shouldn't be too much of a problem. Hold on. Sorry, I had to scratch my nuts there. When you get the scratch like right underneath your balls. But anyway, like you can't scratch it. You gotta like rub your skin to get. Let me stop. I'll see y'all later. I just wanted to fucking share that. And if anybody else saw that for the first time, I don't know, fucking dude, tell me about it. And then tell me if you shit bricks. I didn't shit bricks, but it definitely put a question mark over my head, because it's like, okay, what happens now? You know what I mean? I heard somebody say if you go up there with like a Rotom, the Pokemon Rotom, she'll give you a rare candy. But then I saw that it was disproven, so it's like, okay. But I mean, maybe it's right. Maybe the person who was trying to prove it didn't do the right. Fuck, I don't know. Jeez. What was I talking about? But why did I make this video? Fuck! I'll catch y'all later, man. Ah! Oh, wait. One more thing. Anybody who's played Project Cross Zone, I've tried to look it up, but does anybody know how old Neneko is? The girl who's always like, nah, no da, nah, no da, nah, no, nah, no da. Her, because that girl is so hilarious. But I just want to know, because the outfit she wears when she's kicking ass, it's like, you look like an 11-year-old wearing an outfit that is supposed to be reserved for a really big-breasted anime chick with a nice ass. And it's like, seeing her in that, it's like, ugh, God, I can't look at you the same way. But anyway, yeah, that was all I had to say. Nah, no, fuck!